I thought it'd be useful to go through also, if you come across any dough recipes that you'd like to try out and you want to convert them back into a baker's percentages, I just thought it'd be useful to go through this quickly with you now. It's slightly, you're reversing the process basically, so you're converting it from the weight back into the percentage. So the formula is ingredient weight divided by the flour weight, so that's a small number divided by the big number, times it by 100 gives you your baker's percentage. So I'll give you an example, we'll just go through it really quickly, dead easy. The best thing to do with this is just to follow it step by step. I'll put step by step instructions up as well, and it'll stop you overthinking it until the penny drops. Once the penny drops, you'll be like, that's why we do it. Until then, if you don't understand it, just stick to the step by step instructions and it'll stop us getting lost. So this is from Modernist Cuisine at Home, and you will see, I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit too small. I don't know if it depends how much you're into cooking, whether I'd recommend it or not. It's not a cheap ebook, it's £60. And the fast methods are going fast out of date anyway. So this is for a Neapolitan pizza as presented by them. So you can see we've got 500 grams of double O, they're using Caputo brand, 310 grams of water, 10 grams of honey, 10 grams of salt, 2.5 grams of vital wheat gluten, and 2.5 grams of yeast. And you will see once you've been through the end of this course that this is quite clearly not sourdough, because we've got no starter that's going into it. The fermentation times look very low. You only recommend like 8 to 24 hours. You're not going to get much fermentation out of that process. So, recap. Baker's percentages conversion formula: the ingredient weight divided by the flour weight times by 100, baker's percentage. Okay, so our flour weight is 500 gram, our water weight, so what, remember, flour always equals 100%, so we know that. We know the flour weight, so we know what the flour weight is off the bat. Flour weight equals 500 gram. So we know what that is because it's always 100%. Water is 310 divided by 500 times by 100. I'll have to dip dip back into my app. 3 divided by 500 times by 100 equals 62%. So that's quite high hydration. That's a fairly high hydration dough. So that's your water as a percentage. Honey is 10 divided by 500 times by 100 equals it's just a free. They didn't have an automatic calculator on the App Store. I mean, on the actual iPad, so I had to download this free thing that keeps trying to plug me garbage, basically. So just bear with me on that one. Okay, 2% honey. 10 divided by 100 times 10 divided by 500 times 100, 2%. Okay, the next one. Salt would be 2.5 divided by 500 times by 1 equals not 0.5% salt. Okay. No, that's sorry, I've got that wrong. 10. So I've jumped one there. I'll just quickly do that calculation. So it's 10 divided by 100. Yeah, which is going to be the same as a honey, so that's 2%. So we can just, 2%. So don't need to do that. So it's a vital wheat gluten next. We know that's 2.5 divided by 5 times 1 because we already know that was 0.5% because we did that calculation. 0.5%, I think there's one final ingredient if I remember correctly. Active dry yeast. Again, 2.5, it's the same as the Bob Mills. 2.5 times 5 times 1 equals 0.5%. So you've got them baker's percentages now. So now that you've got that, maybe you don't want to make 4. I mean, this thing does allow you to, like, the app actually lets you make adjust the weights for you, but you're not always going to have that, are you? You might come across a recipe on the internet that's like you'd really like to try out, like a focaccia bread or something like that. But if it's just you and your partner, and it's a focaccia recipe for 10 people that uses 2 kilos worth of flour, then you're going to be wasting a lot of flour. If you quickly convert it back into percentages, you can just make literally just enough dough for you and your partner, or vice versa if it's for you and your family. It's a very nice, quick and easy way to convert your dough recipes back into baker's percentages.